Hey, everybody. Looks like we are live. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hey, Billy Joe. Give me just a minute here. I want to get everything set up and start the show and caller for just a bit. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Classroom with Casey, the um, the first and only ever. This will never happen again. Live stream, Collapsing with Casey live stream on Christmas Eve. I call it. Oh my God, the hell. Um, how did that happen? How am I getting my own feedback? This is ridiculous. All right, sorry everybody. All right, now that should work. Sorry about that. Getting my own feedback. Um, so yeah, I'm just thanks everybody for coming on to Class with Casey. We got Billy Joe Schmo in the waiting room. He'll be on here in a little bit. So yeah, this will be the only Christmas Eve live stream ever for Glassing with Casey because that'll never happen again on a Friday. And yeah, happy Halloween, Halloween Eve. My friend Amy said something today that I thought was funny. I wanted to share with you guys. Uh, Happy Holy Days. Holy Days spelled Daze. So I thought that was pretty funny. I was like, I'm stealing that. Yeah, happy holy days. So I'm gonna run that for well, fuck, there won't be a next year run that. But for the rest of this year, we can still run it because we still got another holiday in a week. Well, tomorrow, and then in another week. Yeah, all good. I did kind of want to go off about some stuff. Let me pull up my notes here. Um, been a crazy as always. I mean, we're all fucking running around, just you know, doing them a million things. Um, you know, reflecting back over the years. I'm 49 now. You know, every job I've ever had is just fucking bullshit. Just, just fucking bullshit. Jobs are stupid. They're a waste of fucking time. The only if you need a job to make money, you're fucked because it's not going to give you any money. It's not going to pay you enough. It's not going to give you any money. No, you know, unless maybe you're like a corporate exec or something like that, obviously. But if you are like looking for regular, real work, right? Real work, you are completely fucked. There's nothing, absolutely nothing. You have to already have money. Then you can invest in like Bitcoin or back in the day, the stock market. You could make money by having money. If you don't have money, you're totally fucked. Your interest rates on loans are shit. You'll never be able to afford to pay those loans. They know that. That's part of the system. It's part of the plan against the poor. It's not just, oh, you were lazy and you didn't work hard enough. Fuck you. That shit, man. That's just such fucking awful. Why do people treat people like that? It's disgusting. It's absolutely the most disgusting, one of many disgusting things on the planet. I mean, you have to already have money to make money, and you can just make money on the money that you already have investing. Um, you know, if you don't have enough money in the bank, they charge you more money because you don't have enough money, especially have negative money. Oh, you overdrafted 5 cents. That's a that's a that's a $25 fucking non-sufficient funds fee, an NSF fee. I mean, God, what a shit system. And and just looking back over the years, reflecting, I mean, and then we're all I'm not, thankfully, but many of you, and hopefully you aren't, but many of your other family and friends or acquaintances, co-workers, whatever. If you're in the nursing home, your co-nursing home family, friends, they're all sitting around the table this weekend, reminiscing. Oh, what's Judy gonna do for college? How many kids is Judy and Timmy gonna give us for grandkids? The fuck are you thinking? It's not the where the hell is your mind at? What the hell are you thinking? And we're all, if you're at the table amongst that crew of people, that conversation, you just want to. That's why I don't have a hair. I got it this short, so I don't fucking just yank it. I got so mad about something the other day. I just started fucking beating myself in the head. Just fucking kill me. Just do it. I mean, it was just, you know, I'm fucking tired. I'm fucking tired. I'm done. I've done it all. I've done everything, and it was shitty. It wasn't even worth it. Every fucking job interview, and oh, we're gonna pay you this now, but you can move up in the company and you can grow with the company and you can get retirement and blah 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 blah. And that's all every job I've ever had, from the military, working for my parents, other assholes. It's all fucking lies and bullshit. It's so stupid. And it wasn't worth it. In the end, it was not worth it. I'm trying not to be loud because I'm in my father-in-law's. We're in the back bedroom. This is where Tammy and I, um, this is our room. We are in a room. This is a small room. My feet hang off the bed here. You can't see it because I'm not in bed, but um, you know, and we're not moved yet. We haven't sold the house yet. It's all just like really scary financially for us right now. Trying to not lose all of our money before we lose the house, not spend all of our money, trying to keep the house up and keep life going, bills paid and all that shit. Um, God, it's just, oh, what's little Judy gonna do for school? Where's she gonna go to school at in college, and what's she gonna be when she grows up? Oh my God, what stupidity. You know, um, I'm pretty sure that studies show that birth is determined to be the number one cause of death, right? So I just wanted to get those little rants out there, and uh and Joanne and Billy Joe, I'm going to add them to the conversation here. Welcome aboard. And I think Billy left. Hopefully Joanne's coming on. Joanne sometimes has connectivity issues, so hopefully she can join in. Go back to the chat and see. Hey, Billy Joe. Oh, the audio is low, man. I'm sorry. I am trying to be as loud as I can without being too loud. Sorry about that. Uh, this place is small, and I know that earlier when I was kind of going off on a little bit of my rants, I probably got a little loud, and trying not to. I told both my wife and her father, it's too loud. Let me know, and I'll shut her down. Because hey, this is our going to be our only home. Don't want to get kicked out. Definitely don't want to ruffle any feathers. It's hard for me to do. Me not ruffling feathers is like, it's like I'm basically a bird flying into traffic, and just it's tough. It's really tough. You guys, the link is posted in the chat, so uh, jump in if you shall choose. That was kind of what I really wanted to just get off my chest, and just all the stupid chatter that is at the table. Uh, Not even just at the table, the entire fucking holiday shit. Like, I used to love the holidays only for the time off, not for all the bullshit that comes with it. Um, Unfortunately, um, unfortunately, everything that comes on the comes with the holidays is just pure, absolute nonsense. Just jibber jabber. Uh, just pretty rough conversation, right? Lot of religion. Oh, the religion is heavy. Oh, the Jesus. Oh my. Oh, I'm so glad Christmas is on a Saturday, and then we can get up Sunday morning and go pray and worship Jesus and thank Him for all our gifts. Mm. Oh my God. Oh my God. How the fuck was I born into this stupid shithole? Uh, so so yeah, it's been wild, it's been crazy, and I wouldn't choose to do it all over again. I am going to so I've got my rebreather. Tammy and I have our rebreather. She's not like, and I'm not either. I'm not fucking, jonesing at the bit to break out the rebreather. Um but I know that I mean, the last year, the last 49 years, it wasn't worth it. Don't get me wrong, there was a lot of good times, but in everything that it took to to make all the good times happen wasn't worth it. It's a lot of shit for a little bit of pretty much nothing, right? Pretty much not worth it. So it's tough, it's stressful, it's hard, especially the older you get. Like when you're younger, it's because you're lied to and everything. You got all this, I can do anything. I can become anything I want. So you have all this energy, and you're excited because you just opened up your eyes, and it's like, wow, I can see a world. This is cool. This is really wild, and milk fills me up, and I like milk, and man, and you don't even realize you're shitting your pants, and somebody's wiping it up for you. You just don't know. You just don't know better. And then it's almost like you never even get smarter after that. You get because everything that you're told and taught is just a lie anyway. So you don't really ever learn. Nobody tells you what to expect, really, what to really expect. You don't know um, how dumb it's all going to be, especially at the end, especially if you're open minded, like the few of us that are open minded that we are, as we are. We don't know when we're that young age, like how dumb we look forward to Christmas. It's like, ooh, what's Santa gonna bring me? Dude, I don't remember what age I was, but I was old enough to talk to other kids at school who were like, yeah, Santa's a lie. And I was like, yeah, it really doesn't make sense, does it? There's a and I mean there was a lot less people when I was a kid. A lot less. Holy shit. There was actually if you flew on an airplane when I was a kid, you only saw civilization if you were in a city. Once you flew over that city, it was dark again. At night or even during the day, there was no more people. And you'd fly for a while, and then there'd be, oh, there's a city down there, more people, and then you'd fly past that, and it'd be dark again, or empty space on the planet. Trees on the East Coast, and some mountains if you're not in Florida and lower Georgia and stuff. But especially out west, all the desert and all the mountains, Rockies and everything, not a whole lot out there either. And there still isn't, but there's a lot more. And where there is anything, it's just like it's all lit up 24/7. We've just literally took an entire planet, wherever there's not water or a mountain range, we just filled it up with people and lit it up and paved over everything. Pretty stupid idea. I mean, just it's just me. I'm well, probably wrong about everything. It's probably fine. It's probably the right thing to do. Right action, right? Just pave it all over and make more people, make more shopping malls. Hey man, pass the turkey. Oh, we're out of turkey already. Shit, honey, go to Walmart, get another turkey. We ain't even have dessert yet. Damn. I am looking forward to dinner though. Tammy is a really, really good cook. She goes all out when she wants to cook, and it's she made and this is going all out, guys. This is for us. This is going all out. Chicken and dumplings and lima beans, and can't forget the rum and Sprite. Uh, Extra rum, less Sprite. Mm. But that's coming up next for me. So I'm about to get out of here. Dinner's almost ready, but no, I'm gonna hang out with you guys for a bit. Again, thank you all for being here, man. This has been really hard, really tough. Um, and I'm sure it is for all of you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. You'd be at church, right? So thank you for hanging out with me rather than church or your family. Oh, Jesus Christ. I want to give a shout out to my friend Mark Trewick. He's got a YouTube channel. It's now he just started, it looks like. It's really short clips, but just 2 or 3 clips I've seen today, and hopefully he does more. But either way, just want to throw him a shout out. He's been on the channel a time or two, once or twice, I think. And really, really, he's autistic. He reads all these science journals. You guys probably all know him, but if you don't, um, then check him out, because he's a really smart dude. He's like sick smart, because he's like really, really dives into the science, and just really dives into the information. And he's a deep, deep thinker. And he's, from what I see in posts and stuff like that, he's pretty good on the money on a lot of stuff. He talks about 2030. I don't get that. I don't get that, but I don't know if he's I don't know. A lot of people, man, a lot of people can't say 2022. A lot of people can't say 2026, because 2026 is human extinction. Like God McPherson says, there won't be a human on the planet. You look at the feedback loops and all the information, the loss of aerosol masking, the greenhouse gas levels that are quickly rising. And he was saying this years ago. This isn't even new information. Now new information is the Arctic is heating up 4 to 5 times faster than the rest of the planet. That's alarming. That's a lot of the methane, due to the methane that's coming out in in the Arctic, and in Siberia, and just the whole Arctic Circle. Permafrost melting as well. Pingos going off. I haven't seen any recent information about pingos going off, but last, I don't know, a year or two, I didn't know what pingos were 2 years ago. They're happening now. Now we know what pingos are. Now we know what derechos are. Now we know what atmospheric rivers are. I'd never heard that atmospheric river before this year. Um, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. It's not good. It's only going to get worse quickly. And with the Arctic going off the way that it is, but I was, talking about Guy McPherson's projections of, not a human on the planet, human extinction 2026. I think we could probably really move that up to 2025, because he says there won't be a human on the planet in 2026, which I agree with. That means they will die off. The last humans will probably die off, in their bunkers, the really rich, or the ones that have their shit together, but not super bunkered out, where they're still kind of normal. Because obviously rich people are not normal. The 1% people are not normal. They're going to go insane when they have to get locked up amongst themselves in their own bunkers, underground, deep underground, to survive this shit. With sealed hatches, sealed everything, so that floods won't, rain in and flood their bunkers. We're talking very high tech stuff, right? They'll be gone 2025, no later than 2026. For us normal people, that means, we've already been at such overshoot that only the rich can afford to, only rich and middle class and and poor Westerners can afford to to live for the most part nowadays. So going into 2022, it's looking like loss of energy, loss of when you lose energy, uh, fuel, all your fuels, then there's no food can be trucked into the gas. No fuel can be trucked into the gas stations. No food can be trucked into the stores. Um, and then you get loss of aerosol masking on top of that, which just it's just a snowball effect of collapse. And yeah, it's not something not something that's going to be good. I'm not sure if there's two chats on or what. Yeah, so it looks like there are. I'm not getting all the chat on this screen, so I'm using my phone. Thankfully, I just looked at my phone. Let me go back to. Yep. Read over the chat real quick, and yeah, Joanne, thanks for your comments here. Let me check up. Um, well, Joanne had to work for hospital in New Jersey for 10 years for the pension in order to get 850 a month. Yeah, 850. Like you can't even live on 850. Maybe you can. Maybe you can live a week on 850. It's kind of it's you can maybe stretch it out. Maybe if you got to sell a little weed on the side or something like that to, or have a second job. I didn't say that. Have a second job. I did say. And I don't sell any weed on the side. I don't know enough people. Even if I could, I don't know enough people that would make it worth it to do that. So, um, that's never worked out for me. But yeah, 850 a month nowadays. And that's the thing when you're doing the work, when you're spending those 10 years doing the work, 10 to 30 years doing the work for that pension. At the time, like 850 would look at, 10 years ago, 850 was a lot more money. 20 to 30, 10 to 20 more years ago, 850 was a lot more money, and it sounds really good at the time. And then you get to the point where it's retirement, and you're just like, oh yeah, now you can collect your 850 a month. Woo! Yeah, that's not even a week's pay for poor people. Um, Maybe, and you gotta make that last over the month. Impossible. It's just, and most people get, oh, your pension, or you're about to hit your pension year, so we gotta reconstruct, and oh, you know what, it looks like we don't need you anymore. Looks like we don't need you anymore. So, nor the company got bought out. Yeah, we don't need you anymore, but here's a little severance if you're lucky, a little severance, no pension for most people. Most people lose everything before they even get it. And yeah, and yeah, Joanne, December tornadoes. That's crazy. That is fucking crazy. Speaking of December tornadoes, um, so I'm in middle Georgia right now, and it is going to be 77. And it's going to be in the 70s starting tomorrow from here on out, and for like a week, and up to 77. I think next Wednesday, 77 degrees Fahrenheit. That is, dude, that's like spring. That's like fall spring weather. So we're seeing. I like following Scott Duncan on Twitter and the Facebook. He does some temperature anomalies, and talks about shows the wavy ass jet stream that's not supposed to dip down under the equator and supposed to separate the north and south equator. Yet we've seen for the last few years the jet stream is way more drunk than I am. Right, I'm not even drunk yet. I gotta get my shit together. But um, so Scott Duncan puts a lot of it's good information out there. He really knows how to work work the different satellites and get some really good images. And he's showing, you know, 20 to 40 degree temperature anomalies in places, a lot of places in North America this winter. That's scary, dude. If we have that in the summer, that's 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 done. That is done. 40 degrees. So here's the thing. Here where I live, in the summer we're gonna hit mid 90s. It's pretty common. Upper 90s, even 100. 100 would be a heat wave. 100 plus is a heat wave. If we have 20 to 40 degrees above that, which we saw last summer, not here where I live, thankfully. I thought it was going to be more widespread last summer. It wasn't. But Death Valley in California hit 135. Um, the Middle East hit it's 140 last summer. We're going to see, I'm afraid, more and more of that. It won't be. It will be more widespread if it keeps on. This summer, the 120 to 140 degrees. We saw 117, 18 degrees in Portland for a few days. Portland, Oregon. So they were almost 120 last summer. Um, you know, when we're moving down to middle Georgia, I'm hoping to find a house with a basement because then we can, high land. We don't get flooded. Atmospheric river, right? Um, but high land so that we can have a basement and get underground and have like a cool, at least a cool room, if preferably a cool level, because my wife has family here, and we're not going to be like assholes and oh man, y'all stay home. We're going to be in our basement. We need a fucking basement for everybody, all our friends and family. Um, Her family, my family, not so much. I don't have. I'm not to say fuck my family, but I don't really have family. And if there was anybody I would claim, they're not here anyways, other than my wife. That's chosen family. So at least I proved I make good choices. Um, God, just what the hell do you do? What the hell do you do? You have a fucking exit plan, is what you do, because it's going to get bad. It's going to get really, really fucking bad, right? Um, I I don't even look. I don't even want to see much of that. I mean, I do want to know because Amy and her family, they don't want to check tomorrow. They don't know about any of this really. Um, they don't think anything wrong. Her dad today asked me, I was like, what are you going to do for a job? And I was like, I ain't working. Once I sell the house, I don't know if I want to, if I feel like I need to make some money, I'll invest in Bitcoin or something. I ain't working. I may announce some races. I ain't working. No, there's no time for that. And what's a $400 a week or $200 a week job to do for me? Not really going to change my life. Um, and once I sell the house, I won't have to worry about jobs and working. And I'll have, if I want to throw around 900 bucks here and there to try to turn it into 2 or 3 grand, hopefully I'll be able to do that. I don't know, but we got to sell the house first before we can even play with that idea. It's fucking stressful as hell. Um, Really, really stressful. Everything, like I've got no energy to move. I've got no energy to do anything. I fucking barely. I don't even take a shower anymore. I haven't had a shower. Oh, I did shower one before we came down. I did shower then. It was a couple days ago. Not too bad. But dude, I seriously don't even fucking shower anymore. I'm over it. I'm so fucking over it. You know, and of course, like, if it gets too bad, Tammy will say, "Hey, dude, come on," and I respect her, but I don't do anything to even sweat anyway, or so I just uh it's bad. It's bad. I used to be such a go-getter. I used to be so full of life, just so fucking full of life, going to races and wanting to race my bicycle when I was a kid and even middle age, and wanting to do fun things, and none of that shit's fun anymore. And it costs too much money any fucking way. So that's why it's really not fun, because it's too expensive. Fucking stay home and drink. That's it is much fun and it's way cheaper. And well, hell, now with the price of alcohol, I can't even afford to do that. We didn't drink the last couple of days because we had to come down and take him to the doctor and everything too. This doctor is like an hour away, and he can't make the drive. It's in Macon, which is kind of a big city, and everything between here and there it gets more populated as you get closer. So we got about an hour, almost an hour's drive before you start getting into a lot of where there's a lot of out here. It's cool, man. It's chill. Um, we saw a wild boar. Unfortunately, it was dead on the side of the road. We don't see that shit where we live. We don't see nothing other than like squirrel, possum, raccoon, and occasional deer. We've seen we had live deer across the road in front of us yesterday. That was cool. And occasionally we see live deer where we live in Atlanta, but only because we live near a big state park where they're protected area. Even though they're not protected outside of the park, sometimes they don't get hit right away, and venture out. And we've even had them in our yard before, but that's so rare. That is so rare to see any wildlife where we live, where any of us drive to. So that's one thing I'm looking forward to about moving down here, is more abundant wildlife, more flowing rivers that are accessible. Even just to go to a boat launch and just look at the water going by, or maybe the turtle, a snake, or jump or something. Just something other than humans and trash and pavement. That's all we see. That's all we place. We've just paved over everything, and all you see now is humans and small animal deaths. There is any chance of animal. I used to see a lot of dogs and cats run over, but nobody has time for pets anymore. So I don't see as many dogs and cats run over. You see it, but not nearly as much as I used to, because everybody's just too busy to keep a dog or a cat. And if they do and they just let it run free out in the yard, well, it ain't going to stay in the yard. It's going to get out on the road and get run over anyway. So, but it and even with all that, even the much overpopulation, overshoot, and just no nothing. There's even with no nothing. I don't know. Sorry, I screwed up. I hadn't seen any comments for a minute, so I didn't know if I was even still on. It looks like I am. So, but uh, but yeah, just the only thing we can really plan on for sure is death. Yay! Isn't that exciting? Um, Take that to your Christmas dinner. um, the rebreather looks pretty good. Um, Sodium nitrite looks good, and like a friend of mine said too, it you need backup plans, because we don't know that this is such a taboo subject that we don't know. We just don't know. Um, like a friend of mine uh, that recently made a peaceful exit. Somebody that we know through the channel. It's been on the channel before. A doomer uh, called me right before. and we were talking, and this person said, "My heart isn't broken; it's shattered." And you know that that's a big statement. And I wish I would have said something. I wish I would have thought to say this, but I'll say it now, even though it's late. My not only heart shattered, my entire body and will to live is shattered. I completely understand where she was at, as much as I can be from my angle, without living her life and being in her shoes. That her she person's shoes. Um, um, we need multiple backup plans, because what if your plan is to blow your brains out? That's violent. That's not a peaceful exit. I hope anybody that thinks that is a moron. um, at least as a first attempt. As a last resort, yes. As a first attempt, a first resort, the fuck, dude, get be a little more creative on that. Because imagine you're sitting here and it's time to go. It's 140 degrees. Your AC doesn't work. Um, you're miserable, absolutely miserable. Even if it's not 140 degrees, you're old. You're just, you're stage 4 cancer, and it's taken over your body, and you're completely suffering every second. And it's time to just or somebody, that person even said, don't do that. Yeah, sorry, that's just my go-to, is when I talk. But and it doesn't matter where either where you go, like Michael Rupert said, people slip. He's seen enough. um Being a LA County cop, he's seen enough people try it and then they slip, and then they just turn themselves into a vegetable that they live. That's disgusting. So that is not a good plan at all. Be creative, do some research, save yourself in the end. Don't have to go, reach for a fucking gun to end it, and then turn it on your wife or your kids or your dog, and then do it to yourself. um God, that's disgusting. That's the kind of shit that really keeps me up at night. Have not just a plan, but multiple plans for when the shit hits the fan and it's no longer bearable. um because yeah, that maybe your rebreather doesn't work, maybe the bag has a hole in it, or you didn't read the instructions right, now you fucked it up. And now it's useless, or whatever. Then you got, oh yeah, it's fucking sodium nitrite. So, there's backup plan. Oh, this other thing. So I, I'm gonna, um, I'm gonna, I need to study and learn more about Dr. Philip Nietzsche. And Dr. Nietzsche, I would love to interview him. If any of you out there uh, can hook that up, I would be forever grateful for that. I really would like to have him on the channel if he would agree to it. I don't know what kind of interview. I don't know if he would come on, quirky ass channel. Um, uh, but I would love to interview him, because I really respect him for what he does, and really putting himself out there with the work that he does. So um, no matter what, my hat's off for that alone. Um, he says hello. Oh, hey, Mickey Farley. I don't know what you mean by the squirrel guy from Office Space. Oh, you're talking about Stephen Root. I think I'm pretty far from Stephen Root, but um, if that's what you mean, he plays good characters and made a lot of money, entertained a lot of people. So I guess I could be compared to somebody worse. I used to love news radio. I thought that show was funny. With Dave Foley, I was a big Foley fan from Kids in the Hall, and that's how I first time I ever saw Joe Rogan was on that show, news radio. Um, it was funny in its time. Looking back, it's just another common, fuck DC, uh, just fucking pure bullshit, standard normie comedy kind of shit. Um, but yeah, in the time it did pass some hours. Hmm. Good, bad, whatever the hell. Thanks for the comments. Um, Tammy threw me off track when the I saw the doorknob turn. Not that it really makes a difference because I'm really not on any kind of a track right now. Oh no, no stars outside for Joanne. So hopefully those are just clouds, but I don't know. It could be pollution. Could be the methane's so thick you can't even see through it. Because yeah, methane's supposed to be measured in parts per billion. There's been levels recorded where it's not parts per billion; it's parts per million. That's a bad sign. Really, really. Again, that goes back to 2022. The methane. Um, we know that it has about a year lag time, and it's been coming out really bad for over a year. It's been really high, and it's and it's supposed to, over the refreeze in the winter, it's supposed to kind of seal it up again a little bit. We're not seeing that. Locally when methane comes out, it's heat locally the heating is instant. Globally, it's about a year lag time. That's why we're not. I don't think we're seeing much of a refreeze, and it's more methane coming out over the winter, both the permafrost and the ESAS. I was watching guys video the other day about the Arctic, was really good. I thought McPherson, of course, his YouTube channel and his website Nature Bats Last. He was talking about the 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 levels of methane, and how it's how much is coming out of the permafrost, uh, and the Chukchi Sea and the Beaufort Sea, and the ESAS. And I don't think we're seeing the methane bomb that Shakova talks about yet. But that we're at the point to where that's just the next thing. When the methane bomb, and not that it's necessarily a bomb, but that's just when the gigatons of methane that are down there in the ESAS, especially because it's a really shallow shelf of water. So it's only about 50 meters deep in the ESAS, Eastern Siberian Arctic Shelf. So with that so shallow, there's not a whole lot of pressure to keep the methane packed down and pressured into the ground, into the ocean floor. And with the ice melt, not so much ice there, that also really gives it basically a tunnel or a gateway to just fucking open up. The seafloor is going to basically open up and just shoot up gigatons of methane. And there's so much down there, just like even just 1% of that methane getting out, and ender. Um, so there's maybe enough hasn't come out yet, or maybe we've got till 2023, but I don't really put a whole lot of bank on that, because we're running out of fuel, running out of energy, loss of aerosol masking, loss of food. Well, before we get to the masking, I think the loss of food and fuel at the stores to bring the fuel into the food and the fuel into the stores, in the gas stations, and for us to be able to have the fuel to go to work, to make the money, to go to the store, to get the food, and to go back to the gas station to get the gas, to get back to work, to go back to the store, blah 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 blah. That's just fucking running out, man. And I saw Eric Michaels posted a really good story. That's what I was going to do. I actually wanted to read that. It's kind of short, but I forgot to have it already pulled up and ready to go. You can go check out Eric Michaels' page, or just Google. It was maybe it was Foxconn. I forget, some kind of a con. This big company that supplies a lot of like computer chips and a lot of a lot of parts and things to energy companies, a lot of goods and services to energy companies, and they were saying, like, the head of that company was like, we're gonna see major shortages of energy in 2022. China is they're hoarding grains. So China, they are actually, they're doing a good thing for their people, or at least for their rich people, in that they're seriously hoarding grains in a major way. I forget all the numbers, but it's a lot, and that means that everyone else is going to suffer for it, because they're going to run out of grains quickly. So yeah, society is crumbling. It's crumbling fast. I'm surprised we made it to. Well, we haven't made it to 2022 yet. We've got another week. But it does look like we're going to make it to 2022. Are we going to make it to 2023? I don't think so, and I don't know for sure. But if we do, it will be a completely different world than we live in today, and that we have in the recent past. And it's already a different world, almost every day, really. So I think dinner's about ready, and it's been about probably 50 minutes. Let me check the chat one more time. Yeah. So guys, thank you. Thank you guys for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Again, as I always say, if you're not on my email list, my personal email list, get on that. practicetrack@yahoo.com. Again, practice like a dental practice, track like a racetrack, practicetrack@yahoo.com. I do a private Zoom every Tuesday at this time, at 6 o'clock on Eastern time. Usually there's 2 to 6, 8 of us. Always a good chat, and anything you want to talk about, and it's all open. We just try to have good conversations, because that's only good conversations remain. There's no love. There's only idiocracy, cannibalism around the corner, all that kind of good shit. So, ready, have your exit plans in place, know what to do, how to implement them, have multiple plans for the ones that fail, and try not to use a gun or jump off a cliff or fucking set yourself on fire. That's stupid. But people will be doing it because that's all they know. All they fucking know. All right, guys, have a good week, and I'll hopefully be back in a week for another episode of Classroom with Casey. Be well, and again,